13 days until NFL kickoff. And what better way to celebrate than by looking back at one of the greatest to ever wear number 13, Dan Marino. Before we dive in, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss more countdown highlights as we get closer to Kickoff. Dan Marino wasn't supposed to be a legend. Drafted 27th overall in 1983, the same year as Elway, Kelly, and Montana's prime, Marino was the last quarterback taken in that historic class. But Miami struck gold. As a rookie, Marino set records immediately. By his second season, he was already redefining quarterback play. In 1984, Marino put up 5,084 passing yards and 48 touchdowns, numbers that stood untouched for decades. At just 23 years old, he became the NFL MVP and led Miami to the Super Bowl. Though Marino never won that championship, his impact was already cemented. He proved quarterbacks could dominate with their arm alone. Dan Marino's release, lightning fast. Analysts still call it the quickest ever. His arm, a cannon. He made throws into windows that didn't exist. Defenses knew it was coming and still couldn't stop him. Marino was fiery, competitive, and never backed down. Over 17 seasons, all with the Dolphins. He threw for over 61,000 yards and 420 touchdowns. At retirement, he held almost every major passing record. And of course, who could forget the fake spike in 1994? Down late against the Jets, Marino faked clocking the ball, then fired to Mark Ingram for the game-winning touchdown. Pure Marino magic. Moments like these made him unforgettable, not just in Miami, but across the entire NFL. Dan Marino never won the big one, but championships don't define greatness. His style, swagger, and statistics changed the game forever. Every quarterback slinging for 5,000 yards today owes a debt to number 13. And speaking of 13, we're just 13 days away from NFL kickoff. So let's honor Marino's number with one last reminder. Like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of our countdown to football's return. Dan Marino, number 13. A legend who proved you don't need a ring to be remembered as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.